down. So
All
is
right.
that better now?
Yes. Hi, this is Queen Muhammad. We are back on Keeping People Real TV. I am the host of the Godmother podcast, but I am here filling in for Rich Long while he is um, unlawfully, allegedly unlawfully imprisoned. Um, we have Ashton Smith. She is a Special Olympics gold medalist swimmer. And this is part two, actually. Part one, you can go watch that. She told of some touching stories of her meeting Rich and the impact that he has had over her life. And so now she's going to deep dive into um, her time in the Special Olympics. If anybody is an athlete, they know what it is to train, to work your hardest, to push your body to the limits to get that gold medal. So she has that. So we definitely want to respect her on this platform. And you want to introduce yourself again?
Yes, my name is Ashton Smith, and I was previously a Special Olympics gold medal swimmer, and I competed in Dubai in 2019 in their World Games, and I also competed in Seattle at the National Games for the Special Olympics in 2018 in those games.
Okay,
And I
okay.
hail from Fort Worth, Texas.
Okay, from Fort Worth, Texas, same as Rich Long. Shout out to Fort Worth.
That's right.
Yes, yes, yes. Um, you talked about what inspired you to swim, and that was just of survival.
Right,
And
not being a statistic. You don't want to end up under the water. I don't want to end up under that water. That's right.
exactly, exactly. So that what made you take it to a professional level?
Uh, I also did swimming in high school. I also, shout out to the YMCA in Waxahachie, Ellis County. They taught me how to swim. Special Olympics did not. So they Special Olympics will not get credit for that. And the YMCA was an intricate part of my life in teaching me how to swim. The YMCA pushes minorities and others to take up swimming for life saving and valuable skills, and even teamwork skills can also be learned in swimming endeavors. But I took it up, I would say amateur, because in Texas, you're not allowed to make money off your image in high school in the state of Texas, which I think that law needs to change, especially if you're profiting off of kids and you're able to build football stadiums off the backs of these kids out here in the great state of Texas. They should be paid if they are here colliding and hitting one another. And I also mentioned about that very thing, that whatever you do in your life, you should do it, but you should also be paid for it. Nobody on this earth should have to do labor or any type of task for free or for financial gain for somebody else. And I hope that in my life, because I wanted I wanted to go to the actual Olympics, but instead I ended up in the fake Olympics called Special Olympics, which does not allow you to have sponsorships or make money off your image. These people are essentially slaves in the modern day era. They're not allowed to get paid, right? You're not like a college student where you get a scholarship. In Special Olympics, you get nothing. There is no money. There is no being a professional. They want you to stay amateur until you're 100 years of age. In Special Olympics, you can compete until you're 100. Why? Because they want to keep you broke for the rest of your life to commit to a program. A lot of my medals I had in Special Olympics, I threw them away or sold them because they don't pay my bills. I can't
Mm.
have something in my house that doesn't help me prosper financially. I can't have things around me that bring negative soul into my life. In Special Olympics, I took down all of that stuff in my house because it was bad energy in my life. And the Bible says, and other religious books, including the Quran, talks about bad energy and run. And Special Olympics Texas has been nothing but bad energy in my life.
And this
in
is a
all
lot to
seriousness.
unpack. This is a lot to unpack. So I want to let's slow down and let's start back from the beginning.
Let's do it.
Okay, so what positives did you find that led you to that, or and that you found in the organization?
Well, being positive is good, but I think people need to know that back end of some of that negative was filing bankruptcy, and that is my way of separating myself from that program. So now that I'm separated, we can talk about the positive and how bankruptcy now is going to help me push through this. So the positive part that Special Olympics did bring into my life is that they brought hope. They brought a foundation as far as telling me that disabled people can play sports, and that's what they gave me. They gave me the ability to show that I could run, jump, move like anybody else. And so that's how Special Olympics was constructed. It started out in a lady's backyard. People can look up the founders and all that, but it's been around for 50 years, longer than I've been alive. This is something that I've studied. Special Olympics gets millions of dollars in tax revenue and things that doesn't go to help the athletes. It's never gone to help me. But the positive things that I've learned from their program is teamwork and overcoming adversities in my life, and being able to deal with very serious issues in my life. And so Special Olympics did help me with a lot of that. And it is, as far as a program, it's a solid program for playing sports. But if you want a better life, you have to have constructive criticism. And I ask people to give me that space here, because constructive criticism is powerful, because it's saying that yes, Special Olympics is a good program, but how do we politically say it correctly? And we say it like this: it's a good program, but people can do better, and they can do better in how they help us as athletes, and have an outside board govern their program, and have the federal government be more involved in their program, because they're exploiting us. Exploitation is real, coercion is real, and those are things that nobody should have to deal with simply because they are disabled. The CEO of that program now told me that because I am disabled, that I don't need money to survive. In what world do you know you don't need money to live for a certain job? I couldn't make a certain amount of money.
Hold on, because
Yes.
you it's a lot. So I want to slow down. Now,
yes. But I couldn't. People need to know that you're not allowed to make money in this program. When you Google me, people actually thought I was a multimillionaire. And I'm not. And that has to be said. I can't skip over that.
No,
you're
not I
allowed
don't want you to skip
make
over
money.
it. I want us to slow down. That's the only thing. I don't want
I'm
to skip over
sorry.
anything.
Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I'm sorry.
Because when you say, I want you to, you said it was a story about someone has said something to you. That's why I want you to slow down and
expound on that.
So what was the surroundings? Were you still in the program or no at this time?
I was still an athlete in Special Olympics, and the CEO of that program kicked me out and told me to never come back. Tim Martin is the CEO of Special Olympics. He's considered a public figure, so you can look him up. Everett King and Dalton Hill are men. All three men have come near to where I live at a Fuzzy's restaurant. September 18th, 2019, I was told to never come back to their program, and I gave 20 years of my life, and I have that recording, which I'll have to share with her on the next podcast we do, so you can physically play that. Because at the end of the day, I was suspended. They came to my house at 8:30 at night. Who comes to somebody's house or near where they live and tell them to come down to a restaurant now at 8 o'clock at night? Mind y'all, this is not business hours, and it's not professional. That's intimidation. They bought 3 men, no other female, 3 men, and I'm the only female there by myself with these dudes that I really don't know nothing about.
I'm sorry, this just sounds crazy. And if people think that the stuff that we say, it sounds crazy, And it does. It's unbelievable.
It's like a game. They've called the police on me. I have police reports. Their organization falsely called the police on me and made up stuff on a police report and sent officers to my house talking about we're checking on you on behalf of Special Olympics. No, this is illegal because you wrote which is y'all people can look this up. The police reports are on paper. Special Olympics called the police on me. Oh, because I'm like, how the hell are you gonna call the police on me? Oh, because I'm standing up for myself when an athlete was racist toward me and said she was going to shoot me, kill me, and hang me. And Special Olympics Texas was okay with that. They allowed that to happen, and I have to tell you why I'm gone because I'm serious. They allowed this athlete to talk about hurting me and harming me, and because I stood up and told the CEO, Tim Martin, that I'm not going to deal with being assaulted. They allowed this athlete to put her hands on me and hit me. They allowed other athletes to talk about harming me at South Lake Carroll and didn't care about it in South Lake Carroll. Ended up on the national news for supporting racism and like that. Look that up. Look that up. Confederate flag flies on the flies. A black boy was given Confederate flag memorabilia in front of a Special Olympics Texas outright supports racism because they did nothing about it. And when I spoke up about it, I was told, nigga, bye. That's essentially, seriously, what I was told by them people. And I was told to go. That is no lie. And y'all can look it up. The Dallas Observer, the Dallas Morning News, all of these things. And the dude says to the Dallas Observer, well, she's a great athlete. Well, if I'm such a great athlete, why the hell am I gone? Excuse my language, but if I'm such a great athlete to y'all and y'all prospered off the backs of me, why am I not allowed to prosper off my image? Because the law says that I can. The Special Olympics says that pretty much the law don't apply to them. No, the laws apply to any organization within the circumference of the United States.
And we want to
serious.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes.
100, because people have to know what Special Olympics is doing is wrong. The exploitation of mentally disabled people that they don't know nothing. They don't know how to go to a judge and say, Judge, I'm in trouble. They Down syndrome and can't talk. Okay. They allowed an athlete, seriously, an athlete who was on a swim team with South Lake. When I was a swimmer, allowed this athlete to talk about hitting me and punching me, a male athlete. And if I would have balled my hands up and whooped that dude, I would have been looking at jail time because he was Down syndrome. But the law don't care because I'm a female. And I told them that he will go to jail for putting his hands on me. I'm not going to let any athlete, whether you disabled or not, and you a man, you're not finna hit me in Special Olympics. What's finna allow this athlete to hurt me?
This is getting silly. Let me tell you.
You know what I'm saying? For real. Look it up yourselves. Go to Google, everybody. Take a deep breath. Go to Google and type in Ashton Smith Special Olympics. Special Olympics. Everybody.
Google her, she says. Yes. But I wanted to just take a moment to give anyone mentioned in this live a chance to reach out to us and to response. This is a fair platform here.
That's right.
And that disclaimer is in the description box. You are welcome on this platform, and that way we can have a healthy debate. And
the Dallas Observer gave them a chance to get on, and you know what they told them? They pretty much told them, and that's a paper that's got millions of listeners, and they told them, no, we don't want to talk. And that's how Special Olympics is. So they probably aren't going to talk to you because all these other podcasts gave them chances too, and they told them no.
Well, we
that's how they are.
To be a fair news media platform,
right.
We have to objectively.
Yeah, give them that chance because that's the law. You have to give them, a chance. But I'm telling you how their organization is because other platforms had tried to reach out to them and they got hung up on in their face. So.
If
But
they would like to reach out, we definitely would have you on. Or even if you would like to even mail in a statement, you can email that to infoandbookings at maddpop.com. And
but life is good though. On the positive, in all seriousness, my life from this point is going to get better, and we're going to talk about that right now because I want positive. The negatives behind us.
I just want to finish up and just ask one
Yeah.
more question about
Sure.
that, because that is when you won your medal, what was that feeling like?
I was excited. I was excited when I won my medal. I was absolutely thrilled. Absolutely thrilled because I knew that that is what I worked for. And, you know, the World and National Games, you can only go every 4 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm in my 30s, so that's the last time really that I would be able to compete because I'm 30 years old.
Wow. Okay. So we're learning something new.
You are.
What was the event? What was the actual event that you won in?
I did the butterfly and nationals. I did the I believe the backstroke, the freestyle, and a relay.
And you got gold on all three, or a mixture?
I got gold on all of those 4 events because I also did a relay and an individual medley event. So 4. So yep, I got medals in that. And then of course World Games, I got bronze and silver. But physically, I wasn't feeling well, so I really wasn't up to my best over there. And I'll tell you the truth, I just wasn't doing well physically. You know, my body, I never traveled. You know, I've never been on a plane for 14 hours. Like my legs were dead, and you need your legs to swim. And then they, you know, how dumb they were. They had us walking around all day like we were circus animals, and then wanting us to compete, but we're not getting paid. You want us to walk to festivals and towns and all this, but we ain't getting paid to do this. And we're exhausted. We don't go to bed until 2 o'clock in the morning, having to get up at 6 to eat and all that. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You know, we didn't make it to our hotel rooms until late at night, and you know, it was just unacceptable. We were worked like, you know, just worked, and that's what it takes for a medal. But it's like when I look back at all of that, was it worth it? No, because there's no money that was produced.
I was just about to ask you that. Was it worth it, and would it be something that you would do again?
No, no, because if it doesn't allow you, this is anything. I don't care what it is. You can be selling cupcakes out of your car. If somebody keep coming up to you and telling you to give them a free cupcake every day, you're not going to want to do that. And that's the same thing the Special Olympics wanted me to be, a cupcake. I'm tired of being a cupcake and doing things for free when I live in the greatest station in the world, that if I study as hard as my brain can study how America prospers, this is the most prosperous nation and free experiment to ever walk the face of this earth, besides the Roman experiment that collapsed. Other than that, if you do your study, America, if you read it and you get your butt off the TV and you sit your butt down and put your face in a book or some type of something that, in my case, an audio book, there's ways to learn information, how you need to become rich, how can you prosper, and those are the things that I want people to know, that there are ways to prosper in this country besides working for somebody else, amen, or having somebody work off of your life to make their lives or their organization better, like Special Olympics. It's a great organization for people who don't know how to study how to be rich. It's a great organization for people who don't know anything and can be exploited and taken advantage of. It's a great organization, but if I could think of it again, no, I would never do Special Olympics again. Never, because money talks, and every country on this earth exchanges money.
And for okay,
I'm serious.
For you to have won all those medals, you know, you definitely put in your time. I
did 10 hours a day, 7 days a week. 10 hours a day. I gave my soul, my life my everything to Special Olympics. Everybody on this call would think that 10 hours a day is a dang on job. No cursing, so I say dang on, in case the SEC is listening or something like that. But at the end of the day, I know that it is important to teach the man and a woman how to feed themselves in this life. So you're not having to sit here and struggle and wonder where your meal is going to come from in the great country called United States of America. Nobody should have to worry about where they're going to sleep at night like I have under the arbors of Special Olympics. I've had to worry about what I'm going to eat. I've had to sell my medals just to live. Live. Who over here having to sell their trophies to live? You got college students and stuff getting paid, but I'm being told I ain't allowed to get paid. Now the laws in this country, everybody go to your law library and plop your butt down in one of those big old wooden chairs and ask somebody to help you if you don't know what you're doing. And tell them you want to know what laws are. What does the law say I can do? And once you know what laws say, then you don't have to deal with somebody giving you a bunch of hearsay. Because you can open up that book and say, no, the law says I have the right to equal treatment under the law. The law says I have the right to make money off my image and not be exploited. For profit or for gain. Amen. And so once people know that there's positivity coming in your life, then you take a deep breath and everything turns around in your life for the better. And that's what's happening for me.
So you like the experience, you like the actual winning of the games and the competition, but it was just the fact that in other, you felt that it didn't allow you to produce income, and they had it contractually that was not allowed. Okay.
Yeah, it's in writing that you're not allowed to use their image, logo footage, video footage, books, or anything like that to prosper off their image, but they're allowed to take your face and post it all over the world and make millions of dollars while you sit here in poverty. Baby, they tried to use me in 2020 talking about Ashton saying social distancing doesn't or something like that in the pandemic. I said, man, I ain't even in your organization. Y'all gonna have to take that down. And I asked Special Olympics, do not use my image for any reason or promotion of any material dealing with the Special Olympics. Because
you won them so many medals, and they're still trying to use your pictures for advertising. Why do you think that what reasoning? What reasoning are they giving you to not allow? Like, does it have any?
Because they said that they want me to stay amateur. And that's the reasoning that they say, F this. I'm not trying to say amateur, and I'm 36 years old. I want a house. I want a man. I want all the things that a regular American has. I don't want to be stupid and all this other stuff and don't know nothing. I want to be married someday. And in Special Olympics, they don't teach you how to have real estate. They don't teach you about dividends. They don't teach you about the stock market. They leave you broke as a joke. That is what their program is designed to do, is have you pay for everything. Listen to this: hotels, food, accommodation, transportation, cars, rental cars, vehicles. All of that I've had to pay for myself.
Ooh, wow.
Because they came out of my pocket. I've had to beg for money on the side of a damn road. Let's keep it 100, and that's not okay. I shouldn't have to be begging my family or other people for money. It's unacceptable to be begging for money on the side of a road in Dallas-Fort Worth.
I feel you. And
this is the 12th largest city in America. Do your homework. It's the 12th largest city in America, and ain't no way I should be sitting here with nothing. And I have the potential to make millions because I'm all over the internet. Ashton Smith, Special Olympics.
That's true. Yes.
And if I get the right content manager or whatever they call these people that deal with the internet, I can make millions of dollars too, as this Special Olympics made millions off of me. That's the positivity that I saw when they started advertising me on the internet. I said, nope, this is a job, and I want to get paid for it. I don't want my image used for their program no more. That's why I would do it.
They should have put you in the real Olympics. I know they wish they would have put you in the regular Olympics now.
That's right.
That's what she was
That's
trying
right.
to go to. And they sent her over there and see.
That's right. And so when you have the Paralympics, that's for people with disabilities like me. They even allow sponsorship. So you have the real Olympics, the Paralympics, and the fake Olympics called Special Olympics. They're the only one out of those governing bodies that do not allow you to make money off your image in their program. And I don't want to, that's why I call it the fake Olympics and modern day slavery. Because no, you're not forced to participate, but when you are in it, I got phone calls from coaches talking about, why aren't you here at practice? Why? I said, I thought this was, excuse my language, I thought this was voluntary. It's not voluntary. Then you find out that if you don't come to so many practices, you're excoriated or kicked off the team. Or I've had a coach, a white dude, tell me, I'm going to talk to someone for expulsion. That's what white people say. That's what he said. Oh, I'm going to talk to someone for expulsion. Go ahead, bye, because you're not paying. What money? What money have you put in my pocket, sir? None. Goodbye. You driving a Nissan. Goodbye. You're driving a Nissan, but you want to tell me that if I don't come to practice, I'm gone, but you looking like a volunteer too. With blue jean pants on and a shirt tucked in. But you want to tell me a jersey, a basketball jersey. Who tucks in a basketball jersey? Okay. But at the end of the day, I know that I must not digress. And I know that I must push forward in my life with all that God gave to me. Because my very talented talent will be the reason that I am no longer living in the circumstances that I'm living in. And the circumstances that I'm living in, that also does not define me. So if people feel like that you are defined by your circumstances, that is not true. When somebody reaches a lifeline out to you like Mo did me, I'm grabbing that lifeline because Mo is telling me how to make more money, how to make, right? How to make more money. And so that's important because money talks. And I want to learn from people that aren't working at Walmart. You can't teach me, oh God, how to be rich and you broke yourself. I told somebody, how can I learn from you when you just as poor as me? I'm gonna go get around people who have money.
That's what they say to do. Like if you want to, you have to change your circle. That's what they say.
And I did. And I started getting rid of people and negativity and blocking folks, oh God, off of my social media. It doesn't matter who it is, they gone. Because if you ain't helping me get the almighty dollar, I ain't trying to talk to you.
Yeah, money talk for us. Walks. I hear it.
Money is the only music and money are the only things that can speak across the diaspora. They can speak across the universe.
That's true.
Universally, music can speak to you. It's written correctly on a music sheet, right? And money can, come on now, money can also work across all spectrums of the globe. So,
and money is not evil, it's the love of money that is evil. Money is
it's not even necessarily loving that money. No. It's what you do with that money that can also be considered evil. Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. Money is a necessity. See, when you talk like that, people try to confuse the situation and say, oh, well, you just, no. Money is a necessity.
No.
And it's not anything perversion about it. It's reality.
No, and you need money. And it's not, and we'll put a disclaimer here. It's not that I'm saying to be greedy. I'm saying that when you have that money, you can now live a more prosperous life. I don't want to sleep in a tree either.
Yeah,
I don't want to sleep at the shelter either.
To not pay you what you're worth, they'll tell you you're the problem and you're just wanting too much. No,
and that's what Special Olympics did. It's like I can't wait to get this recording to you so you can eventually play that on your station because it is them kicking me out but telling me on one end you're a good person. I'm not trying to hear on one end I'm a good person but you kicking me out. I'm not trying to hear that. That's shady. Goodbye. And if I had the money and had an attorney, I would sue him. Sure would, but attorneys in Texas are too scared. So if there are attorneys outside of the state of Texas that are willing to, I would do that because I'm tired of being, used and things like that.
Well,
Because
yeah. If I mean, if the organization is not really no money on the table, that wouldn't be the first option. But the option that you always have is your voice,
that's
and
right.
and for them and you being protective of your image and stuff. So because if
Right.
they want to use it, like you said, y'all are party ways. Whether it was between them saying, you or
Right.
you leave, it doesn't matter. It's over with. So
Right.
them continuing to use your image is that's a claim that you can, definitely.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. And if I find an attorney, oh, I know because I told them, I said, it doesn't matter if my image was up there from the past. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I said, at the end of the day, when you parted ways with me, don't try to use me in 2020 during the pandemic because they sure did try to rerun some footage of me speaking, talking about, and she will encourage you. No, you need to pay me because I'm sitting here during the pandemic scared, but y'all using me to make money for your program. Had all these people out here pretend running and pretend doing relays. And girl, it was a joke. People was having to exercise at their house to get a medal. What I look like from the exercise at my house for a damn medal? Girl, why? So I mean, it's funny to say it like that, but in all seriousness, it is an organization that needs to be looked into by the Charitable Trust of Texas, the Bureau, the Washington D.C. Charitable Trust, and all of those things that govern Special Olympics, and the IRS needs to be looking into their taxes because the stuff that I saw, what I could see, is daunting and it's scary. They're not using that money to benefit the lives of these people. They're using it to benefit a person, they self, they make sure their hotels are paid for when they go to state games, but not mine. I'm having to struggle and stuff, and I don't want that life. So I'm happy to have a better life now and be with Ladies First Sports Management. Welcome on board. Glad to be with them. She's the best thing that ever walked into my life. I swear to God, because that lady sat there and told me you do not have to be exploited or used for the financial gain of anybody. No, and that is what she said.
Definite. But again, did you have any did you keep up with anybody that's other athletes there?
I did, but a lot of them, when the pandemic hit, a lot of them, didn't talk to me, and a lot of them I had to block on social media because they were just becoming too negative toward me and attacking me. So a lot of the athletes I actually stopped talking to in Special Olympics because they're so ingrained in the program that anything that's negative about it, they ain't trying to hear it.
I feel you.
And so I just, so you have to shut out all forms of negativity on your social media dealing with that. But I'm grateful that positivity walks into my life in the form of Ladies First Sports Agency. She's done a wonderful job and working behind the scenes and just helping me keep my head up and be positive. Nothing happens overnight. But most jobs take about a year. They have a transitional period. Most 9-to-5 jobs will give you a probationary period of about 90 days to 180 days. So yeah, I normally, think of this like a job. People, you get 180 days. That's like 4 months or something. So figure out if you're going to help me or not,
Well, it definitely takes time to build a platform. So I wanted to know.
That's right.
Now what you were saying about the was public. Was privately, did anybody support you?
You talking about in the Special Olympics?
That's what we're talking about.
Well, a lot of my friends did privately. A lot of people did privately, and just my family certainly did, and they still do. My family loves me regardless if I'm in the program or not. It's my family, and I love them. Yeah. I want them to know that. I want my family to know that.
Yes.
I love them, and that they love me regardless of what happened in Special Olympics. But when I got kicked out that program, a lot of other agencies will not be mentioned, but a lot of them didn't want to sign me because they essentially treated me like a criminal. And I'm like, why can't I get a job with a management company. And they're like, well, because of the bad publicity in the paper. I'm like, what does that have to do with me? They're the ones that didn't want me there.
Okay.
You know, and so I couldn't get hired by a lot of companies. And it's like now I'm being hired by the right companies because I'm not a criminal. I'm saying I live in America and I want to be paid. And there's nothing wrong with saying I'm tired of sleeping in trees and not having food to eat. You get tired of that life.
Oh yeah.
Let's be real. You know, I've had to do that. I don't now. Let's reiterate today. I don't now. I stay in a nice place and all of that, but I want my income now to be better. The place is nice. Now let's get the income to match.
There you go. And that's the purpose of being on this platform and being a vessel for you to shine your voice,
right?
Shine your voice and really build your brand. And you definitely in the right place.
LLCs are coming too. I'm hoping to get an LLC going and hoping to get that up and running because that's also something legal on paper. Those are all positive things that we're going to be working toward. Me, you, and whoever else. We're all going to just work toward trying to build a legal brand on paper instead of some kind of brand that doesn't make sense. We're going to make sure everything's legal and have an LLC up under it, and that'll also stop people from using my name.
Okay.
Period.
Okay. So you definitely want to protect your intellectual property. Definitely.
Yes.
But I want to, I always try to be resolution based. And this is just a hypothetical. If someone reached out to you from the Special Olympics and they said, okay, we understand, we want to listen, and we maybe want you on a advisory board, would you do that? A paid position on a
I was gonna say they're gonna have to pay me, and if it's paid and they pay me good money, not no $15 an hour, nothing like that. You're gonna be paying me public speaking type money. That's what they're gonna be paying me. But yeah, I don't mind listening, and I want people to know this. I'm not a closed-minded person, and that goes to anybody. If anybody came to the table and said, "I want to talk to you," I'm willing to do that because that's a beautiful thing. It's
powerful than to have someone, especially that has given so much of themselves, to be out upset, because that's that can be it's better to be resolveful.
Right, and resolve, and that's what I've always tried to do with Special Olympics. With Special Olympics Texas, but when people tell you they don't want you back.
I mean, on both ends. On both ends, not just you. I guess that's just hypothetical.
But I would come back. I mean, in all seriousness, I would do it. Okay. I would reach my hand out if they seriously reached their hand out to me and they wanted me back. There would be heavy stipulations. First of all, I'm gonna have to be allowed to get back. And if that's not the case, then I ain't talking to nobody.
I feel you.
For real. I don't want to be on no advisory board with no money.
That's right. I mean, like I said, you're definitely great representation. And if I was them, I would hate to lose you, definitely, because you're very vocal. You're very you're an asset. You're an asset. So
I speak well. You know what I mean? Like, I speak well. I had people make fun of me because they said I speak like a white person. Well, speaking like a white person is going to pay my bills, whatever people want to call it. It's fixing to pay my bills.
I heard that.
Y'all, people can laugh at me, but I'm going to be laughing eventually at a bank account that pays my bills. And that's all I care about. At my age, I'm 36 years old. I really don't care what people think anymore. I absolutely do not. This ain't high school. This is the real world.
That's
right. Real world.
And you're right here on Keeping People Real TV, and we're talking.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm keeping it 100% real.
We're here with Ashton Smith, 4-time gold medalist.
That's right.
Yes. She's been going through some tough times, some hard times in the past. She has some gripes with the organization, Special Olympics. And
I even lost my sister, and my grandmother. I lost my grandmother when I was an athlete in Special Olympics, and Special Olympics used my grandmother's story and my story on NBC5. I got nothing for that. My grandmother's dead and in the ground. My sister died, of course, when I was out of Special Olympics. And so it's just been really, really hard because I've had people die. My best friend was hit and killed by a car a couple of months ago.
Well, condolences to their family, definitely.
Yeah, because and that's my family, and I miss my sister every day. I miss my grandmother and other people. I miss them every single day.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Well, you know that, I mean, what you're saying is not wrong. That's
No.
how you feel, and it takes a little bit people like that to just say certain things are wrong. A lot of people are speaking up. I even reference Monique when she spoke up, and they wanted to have her running all over the place. And
yeah, and you have to speak up, and Special Olympics.
you want an Oscar?
The CEO told me I'm banned for life. Okay, well, if I'm banned for life, I'd rather have money for life. Bye. And but they ain't going up. Yep. Not coming back to a program that ain't paying me. Bye, dude.
That's unfortunate. It had to be like that. It's a sad thing. What would you want to tell future athletes, future swimmers, like about like just sports or anything about you?
Just sports in general. That I love sports. I played for the women's football league. They were absolutely fantastic and up front. I played for the IWFL, the International Women's Football League, the tackle league. I played for a team called the Arlington Impact. So people can look them up, and just they wrap their arms around me too, and stuff. And
all around athletes.
Yeah, I'm an athlete. I like tackle football. I like sports and things, and just in general, and even younger athletes that nowadays you make sure you get money for your imagery when you get out of high school. You make sure you get a company in place that can have your best interests. Guys dealing with any sport or anything dealing with your image, you get an LLC and you get things to protect your image to stop people from using you.
Yes. And we see that when that's not in place, people do get taken advantage of. Definitely.
Yep. Like I did. Yep. And I'm 36 and I'm still young, and I still have a lot to live on this earth, and I don't want my time being wasted away as if I was in an imaginary prison watching my life waste away. So, and I want my life to be prosperous.
It's sad that you had to sell your medals. I'm sad to hear that.
Well, I have my world games and national medals. I kept those, with all the other medals, like state medals and stuff. I sold those because I have to pay my bills. I kept the most important medals. All the other stuff I either sold or got rid of it. I have to eat. Have to pay bills.
Or food. Wow. Yes.
For food, yeah.
Yeah,
for to eat.
Medals or food. So I definitely understand.
Yep, and food gonna come first before some medals.
I heard that, and like I said, everyone who was mentioned on this platform, even the organization of the Special Olympics, have the opportunity to reach out to us to have a their say and have their truth be heard. So you can reach out to infoandbookings at maddpop.com, or just reach us at keepingpeoplerealtv@gmail.com. All right.
Yeah, you have the right to free speech, homegirl, too. And the stuff that I talked about wasn't lying.
Oh, yeah,
and I'll put a disclaimer. The stuff that I talked about today was not, made up. All of this stuff you can either go Google or look up. Dallas Observer, Dallas Morning News, Business Magazine, Newswork Magazine. You can look up these different articles and things. And so I'm not making up anything that I said about the fact that I am not getting paid. That is a fact.
Well, nobody can tell you your truth. I mean, if you were telling somebody else's story, then people hold you liable.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, this is my story, and everything I'm saying within
the person account. Then only thing someone can do is come in and rebuttal that, and then we can challenge it from there.
Right.
Being an objective platform. So
right. And you're not controlled by the SEC or a radio station, so you might have different leeways that
Well, all those guidelines are on YouTube guidelines, community guidelines page, and so I'm pretty sure they are governed by a lot.
They are. They are. So, well, God bless y'all, man. Everybody on here.
Yes. I wanted to tell people where can they find you on social media.
All right. Well, you guys can find me at Golden Ashton underscore. That's on your Instagram. You can find me on YouTube. You should be able to type in my name, Ashton Smith, and you should be able to find me there. Also, Golden Ashton is my page there on YouTube. You can also find me on Facebook, Ashton Smith. You can also find me on Facebook under Golden Ashton on my on the other page there on the Facebook. And so this is how people can find me and start to look me up on the social media and Twitter. Twitter is also, you'll find the Golden Ashton also on Twitter, and you'll see me. I'm a swimmer, so it should be really easy for you folks to find me on the social media. That way, it looks all uniform, and you'll be able to find me there.
Well, we're
and
happy.
Read more about me and look me up. Look me up under Ashton Smith Special Olympics, and you'll see those articles. Thank you guys, and look up the book "Swimming Upstream to Realize the Dream" on Amazon, and you can catch that at Walmart. And go get that book.
Yes, "Swimming Upstream to Realizing the Dream." That is the book by Ashton Smith, 4-time gold Special Olympics swimmer, and we thank her for coming on Keep It People Real TV.
Thank you.
There's going to be so much you're going to be hearing from her on this platform. Stay tuned. And and
parts of that story was serious. Some of it was serious, and some of it, some of it I know might have shocked some people about the lady wanting to hurt me, but that's in a police report. And so those are real things that happened to me, and nothing was done about it. So 2 years later. So God bless y'all.
Yes. And you'll be hearing more from Ashton. If you want to hear more, you definitely will, coming up very soon. Just stay tuned. Thank you for everybody for tuning in, and thank you for your love. You want to say something positive, affirmations?
Yes, keep your head up at this time too. I pray. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for this day and all that you bring us and all that you will do. I know, Heavenly Father, in your name that you are great because you give us your grace and mercy over our lives. I thank you, Heavenly Father, for the positivity and Mo and her podcast on the airways and TV station. I'm grateful for what they do. And I ask God that you help those who help me prosper in their lives and endeavors. I know that God can do anything under his mercy and power. And I pray also in his name, in the three accords, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, and we say amen. Also tell people to go and join the Black Achievement Fund today.
Yes, the Black Achievement Fund, only $9.99, right, a month?
A month, and it's affordable because we want to keep it that way because a lot of people cannot afford to pay, $50, $60 a month. But the Black Achievement Fund can show you what applications to fill out, how to start an LLC, farming, all these things that you can do to feed yourself and become prosperous on your own, and they show you what paperwork and what to fill out step by step. So that's why I think the Black Achievement Fund can help point many people in the right direction on what they need to do to get started.
Yeah, and we definitely understand, especially on this channel with Rich being a comedian, we definitely don't mind the laughter with the medicine. So we thank you. And speaking of Rich, do you want to just, and we're going to end off with you saying something?
Yeah, I do, my prayers go out to Rich and his family. Rich is a good person, and I know that, again, Rich has tried to help me. I know during the pandemic it made a lot of things difficult, but I want the best for Rich, and he's a good person, and he don't deserve it, and God has things in place for people who do wrong. And you might not catch it now. You might not catch it now. It may not catch up to you. But, when you're that old age, things catch up to you. And whether you're old or not, don't do people wrong. Treat people the way you want to be treated, the good book says, the Lord says. And once you learn to treat people that way, and Rich did that, he treated people the way the good book said. He always treated people with respect. And that's one thing I can say. about Rich is that he's a great man, and he will be able to be a better person. But I pray for him because he is a good person and he deserves the best.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna end it
Right.
right here. Thank you guys for Ashton Smith. Make sure you go follow her if you would like to donate to her. That's HDphotogenic, and all of that information is in the description box. You can please continue to donate to Rich, and all of that is in the description box as well. Thank you. Justice for Rich Long. Thank you, Ashton Smith, and we'll be back soon. All right.
How was that?
It was good.